The Seven Crowns. Once upon a time, there was far away amid high mountain, a green valley, and a woodsman had built his stone house on its shore. The woodsman, the woodsman was married and had 7 sons and 1 daughter. He often had to travel from home to work, and his wife had a hard time bringing up the children alone. The daughter did not cause her any trouble because she was kind-ready and helpful. But the boys were the cause of her problems because they were rude, disobedient, and worrisome. They had no respect for their mother, and she was very worried for them. When the husband returned from home tired after a week's hard work, the poor wife couldn't bring herself to tell him of his son's mischievous behavior, because she didn't want to worry him further. So the woman kept her sorrow to herself, not realizing that by doing so her sons would only get worse and worse. As a matter of fact, when their father wasn't home to punish them, the boys kept on taking advantage of the situation, which continued to get worse. The sister suffered most because she loved her mother especially. Being the youngest, however, none of the brothers paid any attention to her reprimands. One day, the 7 boys got into the biggest trouble yet. The cruel boys filled a bag with the grass and then mixed it in with the animals' food. Later on, the goats and the cow fell ill, their bellies swelled and ached, and they could not stand up. The sons laughed maliciously and didn't realize the evil they had done until the woman, at the height of her desperation, she cried, "I wish you were crows rather than sons of mine." When she spoke these words, a mysterious cloud overshadowed the sun. It was suddenly very chilly, and the boys turned into 7 big crows that flew away croaking. The woman was so frightened and felt such great regret that she fainted. When the father came back from work the day after, he found out the truth and was very upset. Nevertheless, he tried to comfort his wife. A long time passed and the little girl grew older. She still remembered her brother. One day she asked her mother permission to go and look for them. She walked for 2 days through the woods, climbing towards the mountain. Her provisions were getting over. Pretty soon she had no more food. Her clothes were torn and she was cold and tired. The 3rd day, at dawn, she saw a strange little cottage in the mist. When she was inside the house, she found a little table with 7 bowls on it and found a little bedroom with 7 beds, each one with a different color blanket. With tears in her eyes, the little girl realized she had finally found her brothers. Later on, 7 chattering crows pushed open the front door and found the little girl in one of their beds. The girl hugged every one of them. The little girl insisted and convinced her brother to come home with her. The 7 crows held her firmly and flew safely. Then they saw the valley, the stream, and the little house where they were born. They were all crying over the past when, suddenly, another miracle occurred. The 7 brothers became boys again. His father cried as he heard his sons and his daughter. The years passed and the boys became more and more responsible. The stones the crows had brought to their mother turned out to be precious after all, and the treasures allowed the family to live a better life.